Hello Wolfpack, welcome to Wolfpack Bites Online. I'm fortunate enough to have Kyan here again with me to demonstrate. We're going to do some basic shooting today, basic shooting footwork, making sure we focus on the areas important to us, which is our base, making sure we're nice and low, we're balanced, nice wide stance with our footwork correct, having our eyes, so our eyes are up, looking at our target, getting our elbow to finish above our eyes, nice and high, and then holding a nice follow through with good rotation on the ball. All right, so to start with, this is something you can do at home, you can do it in your bedroom, you can probably even do it in your bed, you can do it out the back, you can do it anywhere. As long as you have a ball, you're able to do this. So what Kyan's going to do is lay down on his back. Perfect. He's going to load his shot and he's going to shoot the ball up to himself in the air, really focusing on a nice follow through. So he wants to get it nice and straight. Again, really focusing on his follow through, getting it nice and high and making sure that he can pass the ball back to him. As you first start doing this, you will do that. So let's go nice and high. Hold your follow through. That's it. Hold that follow through. All right, flick your wrists. Nice and straight up there. What we want to see is good rotation on the ball. So he needs to spread his fingers, flick his wrist, and hold that follow through. All right, so that's good work. All right, so with Kyan at home, he can do that 100 times. So laying down 100 times to himself, making sure that he's holding his follow through. So something else you can do at home is practice your footwork. So we're just going to practice loading our shot. All right, so Kyan's going to flick the ball to himself, step into his shot. He's a right-hander, so he's going to step left to right. So you face the cameras, Kyan, to right, and then load our shot, don't shoot it. All right, now a couple of things that I want Kyan to focus on the fix here. And again, I'm sure we can do this at home, get someone to look at you, film yourself, so you can see what you're doing. The Kyan needs to get a little wider, and he needs to get a lot lower. A little wider and a lot lower. Cool. Now, notice with his footwork, we want our toes to target. At the moment, we're all sideways, like we're dancing or some sort of train. We can't do that, all right? Feet to target, nice and straight. That's better, get lower. All right, now if we notice, again, his left leg is all over the place. So if I'm loading my shot, I'm getting down nice and low here, into my shot. Now, both feet towards my target, straight ahead, nice bent knees, elbow in, nice and hard, all right? All right, are we shooting it yet? Come on, let's go, get the drill. Nice, good. All right, now, I don't want him to stand up because this is a really good opportunity for us to practice our shot fakes as well. All right, now shot faking is so important. If you're seeing one of our SBL players, he's currently with us, Jake Joblin's shot fake, it's a thing of beauty. He stays low, throws the ball up, and he can make any move out of that. So what I want Kyan to do on his shot fake, throw that ball out, get down nice and low, shot fake, and then bring it back down to a nice low stance. Right? Cool, go one more time. All right, now with our shot fake, I want you to get a little higher. So above your head here, so we're here, shot fake, above our head, and then back down. Eyes up. Cool, nice straight head, eyes up towards your target. All right, so we can do this for hours and hours and hours, and it's going to take that for you to get good at it, but you need to practice this. So what Kyan's going to do now is he's going to get in to his shot. He's going to throw it out, nice and low, shoot it, finish on his toes. Make sure they're pointing forward, hold his follow through nice and high. He's going to get a good rotation on the ball. It should bounce back to him if he shoots it the right way. Good man, perfect, go one more. All right, so fantastic job with his follow through, but what we want to see is lower, more power in that shot. So he's got to get lower for me. There we go. Nice, give me one more of that. All right, so as we build this, again, we have not used a basket at all. Now when we're shooting our shot nice and high, if you have a wall that you want to shoot at, you can do that. You can shoot just in the air like we are here, and getting bounce back to us, that's also good. So what Klein's going to do now is just put his jump into his shot. So, for us to practice jumping high, we need to jump high when we practice. Alright, so Klein's going to jump nice and high. Once he gets to the top of his jump, he's going to be releasing the ball. Alright, now I want him to shoot it out in front so it bounces back. Sweet. Now, go one more time. Alright, so we notice, we don't talk about this a lot, but with our guide hand is outside of the shot. So Klein did a pretty good job from what I saw from my angle of getting his guide hand out, finishing up nice and high. So we do that, say 15 times. Klein will just do it 2 more times for me. That's it. One more. Alright, nice. So this is us building and working on our shot without a basket. Getting our footwork right. Making sure our head's up, nice and straight, looking where we want to shoot the ball. Elbow above our eyes, nice follow through. Alright? Now, if you are fortunate enough to have a basket, like what we do now, if you don't, use a wall, again, shoot it into the air. What we're trying to do is get Klein in the basket here, stand right in front, around the charge circle here. He's going to get in a nice low stance. We're going to do some form shooting. So, after he shoots the ball, so he's going to make sure his feet are right towards the target. Right foot slightly forward. Again, lock it in, nice solid base. He's going to hold his follow through for 3 seconds. And he's going to count that nice and loud to practice our talking as well. So he's going to shoot it, shoot the ball, hold his follow through, count to 3 nice and loud. Now I can hear that, but no one else in the world can hear that at all. Now if you talk that loud on the court, it's unlikely anyone's going to hear you. So what was the instruction? Say it loudly. So you need to scream it, please.
1, 2, 3.
Cool. Go again. Yep. Same spot.
2, 3.
Alright, now come to this side of the basket. Now what we do with our form shooting is we work 3 spots around the charge circle. Now we'll do the 2 today, but when you're at home, make sure you're working both sides of the basket. So, now nice and low.
1, 2, 3.
Now with our follow through, we want to make sure our follow through is nice and straight. We don't want it sideways. Nice straight follow through, so go for me.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, one more time. So nice work, you're shooting the ball quite well. What we want to be aiming for when we're form shooting is swishes. So I often with the SPL group, 3 swishes in a row in each spot before we move on. Now, the reason we do that, 2 reasons. You're seeing the ball go in the hole a lot, but it takes focus, it takes concentration, and it's really important that you're executing your form the right way. All right, so what we do from this point on is build it in to a really simple stepping. So we're going to start in front of the basket here, left leg planted. We're going to bring one right foot forward and shoot the ball. So just swing our right leg. Nice, come back again. So swing our right leg through. Nice, great shot. And go one more time. Sweet. Now, obviously, if you're a left-handed shooter, you start with your right leg planted, swing your left leg through, and then concentrating on follow through. Really important that we get our footwork right. Really important that we get our footwork right. So as we build from that, we'd go 5 spots around the basket. Now, if you're restricted with space, do it in the spots that you can execute the skill and get to your basket. I know with us, at our place, rather than at the beach, we can shoot right-hand side jump shots, not left-hand side jump shots, but that's how it is. In these times, and we're working at home, we've just got to work with what we have. So, back. Here, Klein's going to spin the ball down. So he's going to spin the ball out, left, right, and then into spin jump shot. Nice, great shooting. Step back again. Alright, so as we're doing that, we get to our 5 spots, we spin the ball, we're basically practicing catch and shoot at home without anyone else. So again, it's something you don't need any help with. If you don't have a basket at home, pick a spot on a wall. Again, just try and get our form right. Practice that spinning in, stepping. The next thing we would practice would be shooting off of the dribble. Alright, so we start with the ball in a nice triple threat, nice and low. We take our dribble into our step. So when we go right, it's nice and low, step over, left, right, jump shot. So do that for me, Kai. Alright, come back again, square. You've got to square up to the basket. Nice, there we go, perfect. Alright, now on the left hand, if we're going left, again, we've got to find different ways to get into our shot. So if we swing across here and we dribble there, we can go right, left, square up and shoot it. Alright? Alright, so it's going to left, right, that's alright. That's fine. Get into your shot. Now, as we just saw there's a couple of different ways you can get into your shot. He's gone left, right, and then he's hopped into his shot. Now, a lot of right-hand shooters will hop into their shot when they're going left. So they can square up and they can get balanced and they get a nice low base. Now, we need to find different ways to do this. So, if I'm down here, what I want to kind of concentrate on is getting this right. So we're down nice and low, we're dribbling, right, left, into our shot, going up to the basket. All right? There we go, good shot, all right? Now, what people don't understand is shooting, is footwork is probably the most important thing. Getting your feet right, getting your feet set, getting that power through your legs, all right? So don't go to bad habits or old habits. Try and execute what your coaches are showing you. Now, there's a number of ways you can get your shot, which we will go through, but I want you to go right, left again one more time. Work. One more time, sorry. Elevating your shot, elevating your shot. Alright, so I'm happy when the ball's shooting long. For me, that's a good shot, alright? Just don't shoot short, don't miss the same way over and over and over, alright? Now, in other videos, you've seen us doing some dribble moves, so combination dribbles, crossover dribbles, you want to use them to get into your shots as well. So we won't go into too much detail in this film, but what we do is we just go nice and low, dribble, crossover, into our shot. Then we go the other way, nice and low, dribble, crossover, into our shot. All right? Yep, that's one. Nice. And back again. Other side, other side. Alright, so we practice using those moves to get into our shot. Alright, now, another important thing to practice when you're at home is coming off screens and turnouts and different things down. This is a really hard skill to practice when you don't have a partner. Alright, so what we need to do is get ourselves the angle, we're going to throw it out, come off, and then try and square up to the basket, spinning it out when we're going away from the basket. So we're here, squaring up to the basket. All right, so come back this way here. Now don't shoot it just yet. Cool, nice, go again. All right, now I want you to come on this side. Cool, grab the basket. Now we've noticed that he's pivoted off different feet each time. That's perfectly fine. Because the next thing we do is exactly the same sort of drill. We're going to throw the ball out, except we're going to reach and reverse pivot. So we throw the ball out, reach, reverse pivot, so we square up into our basket as well. No, reach, your left feet. Throw it out, reach, and reverse pivot. Alright, one more time. It's really important when people are demonstrating and watching that you get it right. So we're going to throw the ball out, left leg, reverse pivot. Alright? Perfect, square up, like you're going to shoot. One more All right, now we're going to go on this side. We're going to use our right leg. We're going to throw the ball out there. Right leg. Square up to the basket. Cool. Right, kind of need a little bit more energy, mate. Come on, let's go. Square up where your feet pointing. To the baseline. Make sure they point to the basket. To the basket. One more time. All right. So these footwork things are important to practice, and they're hard to practice by yourself. But there are a couple of ideas that you can use. So your kinds of passer at the top. If we do happen to have a mum or dad, I want you to practice that basic footwork. So I'm coming off here. If you have a cone, it is quite handy. So what we'll do, we'll set up a couple of cones here, like this. What we'll do is I'm going to start near the basket. I'm going to come up to the cone, and I'm going to reach with my inside leg, like this past the ball, and square up. All right? Basket. All right, so give me a couple of those. Nice, good. One more. Square up to the basket. Make sure we go to the basket. And that's what our focus is, getting our footwork right. So Klein's going to go this side now. He's going to reach with his left leg to the basket. Alright, he's going to see that cone. Alright. Good work. One more time. Let's go. Straight at the basket. Again, coming off this side, making sure we're there. Now the next thing Klein's going to do is he's going to outside leg. I'll demonstrate here. He can be my partner. Alright, so we're going to come off of this screen here. Bang. Reach. Square up. Alright, so one more time. Okay. Square up to the basket, all right? Nice. Make sure you square up though, all right? So you can get into your shot if you need to. Nice, all right, let's go this side, same thing. Yep. Square up to the basket, come on, I'm going to shoot. Nice, all right, now, what I want to see out of these catches is footwork square to the basket. Then there's a number of things we could do. Once I make my catch here, I can shoot it if I want to. All right, so if we're practicing catch and shoot off of that sort of action, we can shoot it. Now, it doesn't have to be around the elbows, it could be on the 45s. Wherever you have space to do it, I'd be practicing that footwork. Once we get to here, we can practice up fakes into dribble pull-ups. We can practice up fakes into getting to the rack. And finishing, we can practice catch and shoot, dribble step backs, basically whatever you want to do at that point. But the most important thing is you stop under control and you understand what you're pivoting off. All right? So when we're at home, practice your form shooting. Practice in bed, practice when you're laying down. Right, really, really important. Practice your footwork. Stepping into your shot, all right? Swing throughs with one leg, and then 2 steps, left, rights into it, or right, lefts, depending if you're a left-hander or not. And then finishing your follow through and making sure we're shooting the ball with focus on getting our form, our technique right. Like everything else, it takes time to become a great shooter. The more time you're in the gym, the more time you're at the park, the more time you're practicing the skill, you are going to improve on it. Finish it. To the basket. Anyway, thanks for logging in and having a look. Hopefully you got something out of the session. Go Wolfpack. Okay?